Daniel Kahneman's Thinking, Fast and Slow, 2011, is a groundbreaking book that explores how human thinking is shaped by cognitive biases, heuristics, and decision-making processes. Drawing from decades of research in psychology and behavioral economics, Kahneman presents a dual-system framework that explains how we make choices, why we often make errors, and how we can improve our decision-making. Kahneman introduces two modes of thinking. System 1, fast thinking. Automatic, intuitive, emotional. Quick decision-making, often based on heuristics and biases. Example: instantly recognizing a friend's face in a crowd. Strength: fast and efficient. Weakness: prone to biases and errors. System 2, slow thinking. Deliberate, logical, analytical. Used for complex problem-solving and rational decision-making. Example: solving a difficult math problem or planning for the future. Strength: more accurate and rational. Weakness: requires effort and is energy-consuming. The book explores how System 1 dominates most of our daily decisions, often leading to predictable errors in judgment. Kahneman identifies several biases and heuristics that influence decision-making. Anchoring bias. People rely too heavily on the first piece of information they receive, the anchor, when making decisions. If a store first shows a jacket priced at $500, then a $200 jacket seems like a bargain, even if it's overpriced. Availability heuristic. We judge the probability of events based on how easily examples come to mind. After hearing about a plane crash on the news, people overestimate the risk of flying. Representativeness heuristic. People judge probabilities based on stereotypes rather than logic. If someone is quiet and loves books, people might assume they are a librarian rather than a salesperson, even though salespeople are far more common. Loss aversion. Losses hurt twice as much as equivalent gains bring pleasure. Losing $100 feels worse than gaining $100 feels good. This explains why people are risk-averse and reluctant to take necessary financial risks. The endowment effect. People overvalue things simply because they own them. If you own a mug, you will demand more money to sell it than you would be willing to pay to buy it. The halo effect. Our overall impression of a person or thing influences how we judge their specific traits. If someone is physically attractive, we assume they are also intelligent and kind. Overconfidence bias. People tend to overestimate their knowledge and abilities. Most people believe they are better than average drivers, which is statistically impossible. Kahneman, along with Amos Tversky, developed prospect theory, which explains how people evaluate choices under uncertainty. Key insights from prospect theory. People make decisions based on perceived gains and losses, not absolute value. A person prefers a guaranteed $900 over a 90% chance to win $1,000, even though the expected value is the same. Losses have a greater psychological impact than gains, loss aversion. Investors are more likely to hold onto losing stocks instead of cutting losses, fearing regret. People take irrational risks to avoid losses. Gamblers continue betting to win back their money, even when the odds are against them. How thinking errors impact real-world decisions. Economics and financial markets. Traditional economics assumes people make rational choices, but Kahneman shows we are often irrational. Stock market bubbles occur because of herd mentality, overconfidence, and loss aversion. Business and marketing. Marketers exploit anchoring, loss aversion, and the endowment effect to influence purchasing decisions. Limited time offers pressure people to buy now to avoid regret. Public policy and government. Governments use behavioral insights to create nudges that influence better decisions. Automatically enrolling people in retirement savings plans increases participation rates. Personal decisions. Understanding biases helps people make better life choices. Instead of relying on gut feeling, System 1, taking time to analyze major decisions, System 2, leads to better outcomes. Practical applications. How to improve thinking and decision-making. Recognizing cognitive biases. Being aware of biases like overconfidence, anchoring, and loss aversion helps people make better choices. Before making a financial decision, Question whether biases are influencing the choice. Engaging System 2 more often. Slow down and think critically when making important decisions. Instead of making impulsive purchases, take a day to reflect. Using checklists and algorithms. Structured decision-making reduces errors. Doctors use checklists to avoid diagnostic mistakes caused by intuition-based thinking. Seeking diverse perspectives. Overcoming biases requires exposure to different viewpoints. Instead of relying on personal experience, consult data and experts when making big decisions. Criticism and limitations of thinking fast and slow. Lack of real-world predictability. While Kahneman demonstrates biases in lab settings, real-world decisions are often more complex. Overemphasis on human irrationality. Some critics argue that human intuition, System 1, is not always flawed and can be remarkably effective, especially in experienced individuals. Limited solutions for overcoming biases. The book focuses more on diagnosing errors than providing foolproof strategies to eliminate them. Conclusion. Thinking fast and slow has had a profound influence on psychology, economics, business, and public policy. It challenged the traditional view of human rationality and reshaped economic theories. It inspired the field of behavioral economics, influencing scholars like Richard Thaler, Nobel Prize winner for nudge theory. It provides practical wisdom for making better decisions in daily life. Final takeaway. The book teaches us that our minds are wired for shortcuts, which are useful but also lead to predictable errors. By understanding our cognitive biases and engaging System 2 thinking, we can make smarter choices and navigate an increasingly complex world.